Alright, welcome back to a brand new video. I decided it'd be pretty fun to look at my YouTube Wrapped. If you don't know, YouTube has their own like wrap thing. It's kind of like Spotify's Wrapped, but instead of music, it's YouTube channels that you watch. And I thought it'd be fun to go through my YouTube Wrapped and see the top YouTube channels I watched this year. This year, you explored many things. So here's a list of all the topics I guess I explored this year. We got podcast discussions. I did watch a lot of podcasts this year. Social media, rap battles. Oh yeah, I totally forgot that I went down a rap battles of history rabbit hole. I totally forgot about that.
Epic rap battles of history! Darth Vader versus Adolf Hitler! Begin! I am Adolf!
Movie reviews, that's Ellis Mark and Mr. Gigi. Funny clips. Didn't really look at a lot of clips this year on YouTube. Maybe it was footage, I don't know. Online challenges, I'm assuming that's probably Mr. Beast. Okay, well then there's memes, which this is just me getting footage for my videos. Streaming culture, I have been trying to get into more streaming culture recently, just to understand what's going on, because half the time I do drama videos, I have no idea what's going on. And then I have to sit there and research some other drama to understand what's going on in this video I'm making. Video game news, content creators, obviously. Online scams, I wonder who that's about. So yeah, I would say they did actually pretty well on gathering all the things I looked up and watched as well. Nothing really surprised me besides funny clips. Not gonna lie, they missed one topic though that I did watch a lot of, and for some reason it does not pop up during this entire thing. And I have absolutely no idea why. Alright, so the next thing we got is my top interests. So the first one is YouTube personalities. Second one is internet culture, Yeah, that one's pretty obvious. I do run a drama channel. 3, gaming videos. I did watch a lot of trolling content. 4, true stories. One of my favorite type of content to put in the background is story times. I don't know why, I just love story times. 5th is music industry news. I don't really cover a lot of music industry drama on my YouTube channel, but I do like watching it, okay? It's pretty entertaining. Again, honestly, none of these are really too surprising. And I'm glad I got YouTube personalities as number 1 because I feel like I am drawn to the YouTuber's personality more than the content, if that makes sense. Alright, so now we're getting something a little bit more interesting. My top YouTube channels that I watched. So at number 5, we have Luna. He makes storytime content and listening to whatever wacky cartoonish story he's telling in his video while I do other things. 4th is Zimmery. He makes trolling content. Pretty much all the gaming content I watch on YouTube is just trolling content. I really enjoy watching trolling videos because it's so funny watching the serious role players crash out over like the littlest inconvenience ever. If you never watch trolling videos, I recommend you start watching them. And the number 3 spot is Too Lazy to Try. He's kind of like a drama YouTuber, but he covers comedian drama. Something I realized this year is that I really enjoy learning about comedian drama. Honestly, sometimes way more than I do about internet drama. Obviously, besides if it's a Tom Dark video. And I know it's kind of crazy to say when I run a drama channel, but I realized this year that I really like watching videos about comedian drama and not so much of internet drama. Instead of internet drama, I like making videos about it. I don't know if that made sense. Hopefully it did. So far I'm a number 5 spot, my number 4 spot, my number 3 spot. Don't surprise me too much. But my number 2 most watched YouTube channel was SML, which is very surprising because I feel like I didn't really watch that much SML compared to some other YouTube channels. I guess I watched a lot of SML because everybody else's top 5 lists seem to be accurate, so I don't know. And my number 1 spot also kind of surprised me. Not that they're here, but that they got number 1. And it was Penguin Zero, Moist Critical. Honestly, I thought Moist Critical was going to be number 2. And then Tom Dark was going to be number 1, which is my favorite content creator of all time. And somehow he did not make my top 5 list. I don't know how, because I literally watch his content every single day, not only as background, but when I'm going to sleep, I put on his videos. So I genuinely don't know how he did not get in my top 5. So for Penguin Zero, I was at the top 2% of viewers. And I've watched 350 videos of theirs this year, which I'm gonna be honest, that seems like a low number I've watched way more than that. I probably in total have watched 450 videos from him this year, if you're including all the channels I've watched him on. Because, you know, as you guys know, I have multiple channels. And I watched Penguin Zero on pretty much all those channels. And Tom Dark too also. So this year I watched a total of 1,126 channels, which is 3 times the average viewer. And honestly, I thought that number was pretty high. But then I saw how many my cousin watched this year, and he has like 3,000. I was like, okay, clearly I need to watch more channels. So I see Turkey Tom, Tom Dark Live. I told you I like Tom Dark. Popular Amos, Danny Duncan, Elleris, Gideon, Skeeter, Grim, and then yeah, the list just goes on. The next slide says, in 2025, you showed many different sides of you. Okay, so the first side we have is curious. You have a real knack for exploring weird and wonderful corners of the internet, don't you? Yeah, honestly, they're pretty right about that. Which are obviously internet culture, YouTube drama, social media trends. The next one is entertained. You love to laugh and have a good time, whether it's a funny video or music. Comedy videos. I don't know what comedy videos I watched. Music videos. I did watch a lot of music videos. Funny compilations. I have absolutely no idea why that's there because I did not watch funny compilations. So I have absolutely no idea where that even came from. The final side of me is observant. Always digging deeper to see what's really going on. And you're not afraid to share your thoughts. Got true stories, real life events, and people's stories. So yeah, I would say YouTube's actually doing a pretty good job at being pretty accurate. Besides the funny compilations, I don't know where that came from. Or even the comedy videos, I don't even know where that came from either. Oh, maybe that's like SML. Maybe that's where that's coming from. So the overall personality type that YouTube thinks I am is the connector, which is 14% of people. I highly doubt that actually. Honestly, I think that number is way higher. You're drawn to content that sparks conversation and builds community. You watch online communities and YouTube personalities, which shows you love to connect with others. Yeah, honestly, not to brag too much, but I did get a comment that got 4,000 likes on one of my favorite YouTubers' videos. The next slide says, let's look back at some moments from your year. So in early 2025, I watched gaming content. You spent a lot of time watching role-playing games and online communities and their interactions. Channels you watch. I haven't watched JMW since early 2025. Parker, Zimmery. I guess I was really into GTA trolling at this time. This is actually where I found a lot of the trolling channels to watch today. In mid-2025, I explored music topics. You dove into discussions about music, artists, and the music industry and new albums. Channels you watched were Matty Balls. I completely forgot how to pronounce this guy's channel name, and Patrick CC. In late 2025, I focused on more personal stories. You watched a lot of videos about real people's experience and challenges. Channels you watched, Turkey Tom, Patrick CC, his main channel, and Too Lazy to Try. So I think this part is actually pretty interesting because it shows all the phases you go through when you're watching YouTube. So I had a gaming phase, a music phase, and a personal stories phase. I am very curious on what next year has in suit for me and how much the content I watch is going to change. They even tells you the top games you watch, and as you can tell, it's pretty much all trolling content besides Minecraft. And I also noticed besides GTA and Minecraft, I tend to watch games that I do not play. And then finally, here's my YouTube reward. I got most likely to drop your phone laughing at a viral video before heading to bed. Okay, not gonna lie, they got me here. I may have done that a couple times before. Anyways, that's about it for my YouTube recap. I would say they're pretty accurate besides a couple of things. Like, it makes no sense how Tom Dark was not my top YouTuber. He definitely should have been. But maybe it goes off of how many videos you click on by them and not how many hours you watch. And I don't really watch funny compilations or comedy videos that much. Sometimes it feels like with this recap, once you like click on something once, it's like, oh, you like that type of content. Like, no, I only clicked on it like once or twice. But I would say everything else was pretty accurate. And again, I thought it was really cool how you can see all the phases you went through during the year. Because to be honest, I didn't really even know I had phases where I watched a certain amount of content more. So that was interesting. But yeah, that's about it. If you want to see my 2025 music recap, make sure to leave a like on this video. Anyways, that's about it. Bye.